A little boy was walking down the street one day when a big dog suddenly showed up in his way. The boy let out a series of loud screams to scare the dog away. In an attempt to chase the dog off, the boy yelled, "You foolish dog! You cannot go there!" To everyone's amazement, the dog reacted in an unexpected manner. Tom has been devoted to dogs since his birth. Even when he was 2 years old, he would act like a dog, barking and going about on his hands and feet. When he saw a dog on the street, he would always be pleased to play with it fearlessly. Since Tom liked dogs so much, his parents decided to get him a puppy. When Tom saw the puppy, he loved him right away. However, their once beautiful friendship comes to a sad and sudden end. Little Tom was devastated when his beloved puppy, Lynn, suddenly vanished. It's suspected that Lynn escaped through the kitchen window accidentally left open by Tom's parents and was unable to return due to a closed window. There was a chance that she could have been attacked by a bigger dog or taken by someone after hours of whining. Tom and his parents decided to review their outdoor cameras for any clues. The footage showed Lynn wandering around the house before disappearing into the woods behind it. Tom's parents tried everything to determine if Lynn could come back safely. Climbing out of a window from inside the house was possible, but it was impossible to climb a 1.5-meter window from the outside. Despite leaving the back door open, Lynn was still missing after 5 days. Seeing Tom cry was heartbreaking for his parents. Lynn vanished into a vast forest with a radius of over 50 kilometers, making the search seem like finding a needle in a haystack. Nevertheless, Tom and his parents were determined to find her. No matter how daunting the task seemed, the entire town joined hands with them to search for Lynn for over a month. However, despite their efforts, no sign of Lynn was found. After a month, the realization that they would never see Lynn again dawned upon everyone. Tom's parents had the difficult task of breaking the devastating news to their son that they had been unable to find Lynn. They felt sorry for their mistake and offered Tom a new puppy. However, Tom's response left his parents in tears even more. Tom refused the offer of a new puppy, as no one could replace Lynn in his heart. He could not bear the thought of experiencing the same pain again. Tom howled for 10 minutes, unleashing all the emotions he had been holding back. His parents knew their son was devastated, but they never expected what came next. Tom's behavior changed dramatically after Lynn's disappearance. He went into isolation and lost interest in dogs. His parents hoped that he would eventually recover, but things only got worse. Tom became absent from school, rude to his teacher and mean to his classmates. His parents had to come to school multiple times, and they realized they needed to take action for their son's sake. After Tom's behavior became too difficult to manage at school, he was switched to homeschooling. It was hoped that being in a familiar and stable environment would help him heal from his loss and change his behavior for the better. However, even with homeschooling, Tom's behavior didn't improve. His mother was at a loss for what to do, so one rainy Wednesday, as she watched Tom grieve at the window, she asked him what was wrong. Tom was still missing Lynn so much. He longed for Lynn, even after 2 years had passed since her disappearance. Despite hoping that time would heal him, Tom remained trapped in his grief. His mother attempted to comfort him with a story, but he remained silent and left the house with his head hung low. That's when an unexpected visitor crossed his path. As Tom stood there, a big brown dog suddenly appeared before him and let out a loud bark, wagging its tail furiously. Tom shouted at the dog to leave, but what he saw next astounded him completely. It was Lynn, his beloved dog that had been missing for 2 long years. Overcome with emotion, Tom ran to the dog and hugged it tightly as Lynn licked the tears from his cheeks. Lynn then ran off towards the forest's edge and returned to Tom with some unexpected news. Tom followed Lynn as she ran towards the edge of the forest, leaving him in awe. Lynn vanished from view, making Tom anxious, but moments later, Lynn's barking led Tom to find her with a surprise. Lynn had become a healthy mother to 3 puppies that resembled her. Tom took them home to show his parents, who were thrilled to see Lynn again and adopt the cute puppies. And that's not all, as another little miracle was about to happen. Tom's reunion with Lynn has worked wonders on his mental state, as he is no longer angry at the world and is back to his happy self. He has returned to school and is excelling in his studies, making new friends who love to visit and play with Lynn and her adorable puppies.